welcome back to another episode of Randomized Insights. Okay, it's been quite a while because if you're up to date, you may have noticed that I indeed did not upload last week, which is mainly because I was in the final phase of finishing the new MTG video. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen that, what are you doing? Watch it. That's the main content of the channel. I know it's rare, but that's what I'm working on all the time, you know? No, seriously, I've put a lot of editing and working hours into that video. And yeah, watch it. I hope you enjoy it. I gave it my best to make it as entertaining as possible. However, that also brings me to the topic of this episode of Randomized Insights, which mainly is that MTG in particular, so the game, like maybe not the format, but the game won't be coming again anytime soon. And yeah, I'm gonna explain on why. I'm gonna explain on what else is coming instead. And yes, again, I'm gonna put a break on the Odyssey story for now. Which I hope it's not a problem, but I think maybe it's even good to mix it up between story time and actual information. Yeah, so this is what it's gonna be for today. And while I'm going into these topics, I'm gonna try and face the Gargoyles, but not directly. First of all, I actually have a different plan. Since, if you remember, we kind of have a situation even getting to the Gargoyles. And I'm not quite sure how much stronger we are at the moment. So what I would do before we actually go up now, I mean we're going up, but you know what I mean, is first of all I'm gonna go back to Andre. And then I would explore this area in front of the Gargoyles, because we haven't been there yet, because obviously the normal route was kind of blocked by a Nito situation, if you remember. So yeah, that's the plan for today. And yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna go into the actual insights soon. But first of all, I wanna just have a look if we can actually do something with our equipment. So we have stuff to upgrade. Let's have a look.
I know what it won't be, I'm afraid.
Okay, first of all, if I remember correctly, you were the one to sell it, yes. Okay, so 10,000. That is acceptable. It is acceptable. Toggle display. The thing is... it's not even 50, it's 46 strength. Okay.
I'll be seeing you then.
Yeah. We'll be seeing ourselves in a second. Just a second. Strength. 32. That's not that far, actually. But I'm guessing we don't have enough to get there quite yet. Okay, you know what? Since we're here, I'm just gonna use all of this. It's gonna be quite some time until we actually have the required amount of strength, but yeah. Until then,
You seem to need any.
let's do something. First of all, we can repair our shit, because I can see a lot of death ahead of the road. So, reinforce. What can we do? We already brought our weapon to +5, and as far as I'm concerned... Modify? Oh, we can! Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm obviously gonna do that now. There we go. Reinforce weapon. Yes, +7. Yes, +8. Yes, +9. +10. Perfect. I think... No, we can't push it further. There was a way to get it to +15, I think, but I don't remember quite how it worked, to be honest. In any case, if you remember, yeah, gladly remind me in the comments if you want to. That would be a help. Big help. Okay, reinforce. And I think I'm even gonna reinforce the armor. If I can. I can, right? No, I can't. Yeah, it's probably because it's the Ornstein armor, which is a boss armor. Okay, it's fine. This is fine. Can we purchase anything else of value? I mean, that's quite valuable. And since we're gonna die a lot from now, I'm just gonna, you know, take it. Don't need all of that. Large arrows. You know what? You can never go wrong with arrows. So, that should be enough of prep work, I guess. Okay, is this bonfire kindled? Apparently... Wait a minute, oh, I think I already had +10. Let's have a look. It is not perfect. Okay, because as it happens, we have 2 humanity. Why? I don't remember. But it doesn't really matter, does it? So, kindle. Yes, please. We're gonna need it. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, now we can continue. And like I said before, I'm gonna go and actually try to manage the gargoyle situation. I'm gonna go to the left from here on and just explore around there. Maybe we can find some valuable stuff. Maybe we gain enough souls to get enough strength. Who knows? So. Because I can promise you, as soon as we have the Demon Great Hammer or whatever it's called, things are gonna get a lot easier. At least I remember it being so in the past. Okay, but now that we're on our way, I can grant you the insight which this entire project promises. And yeah, so MTG, yeah. MTG is not gonna return, at least not anytime soon. Like, I always try to be the kind of guy who never says never, because you never know what is... Whoa! Where did you come from? You never know what's gonna happen in the future. And I already mentioned at the end of the actual video a few reasons, but in short. And the main reason is actually a personal one, and it is one that has been developing for quite some time, and it has to do with PvP multiplayer overall. I think I at some point I mentioned that I was recording some DMZ, which is true, but I actually scrapped those recordings as well. Not because they were shit. Yeah, we had some fun. It was probably worth a video. But yeah, I personally have been struggling with the concept of PvP multiplayer games a lot. And for a long time now, I felt always like kind of conflicted whether I should continue playing them, because it's just all going down a pretty bad route, at least from my point of view. I mean, gaming overall had some quite difficult years over the past, and I'm sure everyone who's a gamer themselves... Oh, okay, a dual wield now. Everyone who's a gamer themselves probably knows what I'm talking about. There's just a big issue of greedy companies kind of ruining the potential of a lot of big titles, a lot of games, which used to look quite promising. And I think, honestly, multiplayer games have been kind of, they're the greatest victims, it seems. And it's mainly because of things like microtransactions, and I mentioned in the video, season battle passes, which prices just continue. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this is difficult. Oh, no. Please don't throw me down there. I think that's even one of the harder ones. Because is it? He seems slightly bronze or golden. I think that's the one from Arnolondo. Not 100% sure though. What the fuck is wrong with this region? Okay. Let me try something real quick. Oh fuck, yeah, that didn't work from the start. Okay. Yeah, you guessed it, I want to drop down on him, obviously, but... Oh Jesus. This is a bad area for a fight like this. Ah, shit. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. Just gotta fight ourselves. Oh boy. Yeah. This is quite difficult at the moment. Okay, that's good. Another one? What the fuck? Okay, can we just appreciate the irony of the situation right now? We have 2 gargoyles, and this is a randomizer, so this is random chance. What the f... Are you kidding me? I mean, yes, I wanted to fight the gargoyles, but not like this. And not here. What the f... This is the weirdest randomizer seed I ever had. Which is good, because it's for a video. But, okay, it's not the tough one, luckily. There we go. Okay. What are the chances? I'm assuming you could actually calculate them, but I'm bad at math, so... yeah, not gonna do that. So... I'm gonna continue in the moment with what I was gonna say, but first I'll have to deal with this gargoyle situation of ours. But we're actually getting good souls, so that's good. Okay, so my biggest problem... it's actually you. It's not the gargoyle. Yours... okay, maybe like this. Oh, wow. Okay, no, you're not the tough one either. Yeah, this is doable. Probably not lock on. Ah, shit, now you are in front. There we go. I always think that's a missed opportunity that the dropping stone in the end doesn't do damage, but probably would be overkill. Okay. Can you come down again? Oh, it is the tough one. Because the usual gargoyles can't do lightning damage. They usually breathe fire. Oi! Come back here. Oh, he lost his tail. There we go. Okay, yeah, our weapon is quite strong now, which is good, because it will be giving us a chance for... Oh, what are you? Oh, hi. Yeah, come here. Okay, we're gonna give us a chance for the actual approach on the gargoyles. Maybe we can even deal with the big dude. Maybe we can even face Nito now. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Ah, no, not one of you. Okay. Hands on... Hands down. What you can see over there, I have no idea how they're called, but the guy with the giant pillar through his body, whatever. Hands down, that's my most hated enemy of all of Dark Souls. I can't stand those guys. They're horrible. Because in the regular game, they're not as much of an issue because there's only one of them. Because he's so tough, right? There's one occasion in the DLC where this enemy is even appearing. But in the randomizer, he's considered a regular enemy. And I had so many seeds where he was replaced with, I don't know, every second one. Which is kind of horrible. Okay. But the good thing is, it's gonna be easier from now on to get here because we had, I think, 4 bosses replaced with a normal enemy, and they're not gonna respawn. So that means if we die, oh god, it's not gonna be as bad. Oh, okay, they do some damage as well. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't realized we're there yet. Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Okay. So yeah, back to topic. Season passes, battle passes, micro transactions. We all know them, we all hate them, and sadly, it seems like they're gonna be an eternal issue, at least as far as we are concerned now. Because that's actually one of the biggest issues I have with PvP multiplayer games. I like progression, right? And a part of me having a big competitive problem, which is I'm getting pretty competitive pretty fast, especially if I've played the game a lot and I'm somewhat good at it. But my biggest issue is actually I like progression in a game, you know. That's just I think it's even normal, you know. There are a lot of reasons why people play games, and reason number 1 should always be fun, right? And that's also a big issue, and I already mentioned it once before. And it's also not even a multiplayer only issue anymore, because it's arriving, or it has arrived. It's already quite established in open world RPGs as well. And that's, I don't know, grinding and the feel you know, this kind of change in gaming where it's not fun anymore, it's work. If you wanna, I don't know, if you wanna make some progress, if you wanna accomplish things and get good, as they say, you have to put some active working hours into this game, and that's just not what games were meant to be, I think, at least. Okay, this is kind of an issue. Okay, but yeah, at least now we are actually doing something against him. As long as he's not doing this slam dunk, or whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, that. Oh, we're fine. Yes. Okay. Okay, no, I'm growing quite confident that we can actually face the Gargoyles now. 'Cause it seems to be getting easier. Language. It seems to be getting easier to face such enemies. I mean, obviously we have a weapon plus 10 now, but yeah. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, the work issue, and obviously a lot of games made it worse when... excuse me. Oh! Great! Yeah, I'll be back in a second. And we're back. That's what we call a crash, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck? I'm hoping it's not an enemy down there that's causing this. That would suck, because that would be a problem. Oh fuck. Okay, apparently not. Recording is running? Yes? I'm kind of paranoid now. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, the game just crashed when I went down here. That can happen when you play Randomizer. Oi! Stupid. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I think where I was that modern games make it even worse. And it's because, you know, I'm gonna use one example, which is Overwatch. A game I played a lot during my recent years. Since its arrival, actually, because the first time I was playing Overwatch was actually on the Gamescom in Germany, and I've played the open beta, and I've played the game ever since. I mean, sometimes more, sometimes less. That's just how I deal. I need some you know, change once in a while, so I can't just keep playing the same game over and over again. Which is also an issue I'm gonna get to in a moment. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm not even sure, because I'm never that much into the whole news situation, and I don't really care about scandals and things like that. But as far as I know, even back then there already has been a big scandal about the loot box situation, right? They were kind of an establishing factor of loot boxes, if I remember this correctly, or at least they were ones of the big companies who were the first to actively implement such things. Gotta be careful for a moment here. Oh no. Woof! Close. Sorry, I think I breathed into the mic. Okay. And that's actually quite sad if you think about it, because that wasn't the worst that could happen. Because loot boxes, for me, back then, I mean, obviously Overwatch made a bunch of mistakes with Overwatch 2. For instance, they took away one of the biggest, you know, progress feelings you had overall in the game, which was your level. And I mean, it's still there, but it's not increasing. And I remember, I think I had 3... No, I actually had 5 of those stars for the bronze level, which I think are the first 500 levels or such. And I know there are people who have, I don't know, a not even gold, but weird mix between silver and gold frame or platinum or whatever. But for me that was much, and I really wanted to ascend to the silver frame because, I don't know, it just looked cooler. And now it's completely useless, and I can't, and it's just rotting in my profile area somewhere. And yes, they re-implemented things like the hero progression, but honestly, I don't care. It's like, I wanted my silver frame, and it really... I don't know, it really dragged on me that I will never have it. And these are such things which, for me, were kind of the beginning of the fall of these types of games overall, because there's a lot of games like that. And I mean, maybe not that, but the biggest problem of all of them were actually the season. I think it's season. No, it's not. It's battle passes, yeah. Season passes were the old concept, which is annually, I think. And I guess I was somewhat fine with that. Yeah. A hard topic and a heartbreaking moment.
I am so... Now that I am... You... No need to hype.
Because I'm afraid we'll have to kill you. Our good friend... Oh, you know what? Unless we're really not finding an item we need just for the video, or the you know, progressing project here, I'm gonna keep him alive because it's Solaire. Just because it's Solaire, I'm gonna let him live this time. But usually randomizer rules are randomizer rules, okay? So consider yourself lucky, guy.
I have a...
Yeah.
The way I see it, up in a land... So what do you say?
Yeah.
Why...
Of course, my
This
buddy.
pleases me greatly.
Thanks.
We are amidst strain, the flow of time, the very...
Yeah. We won't need it.
And engage, of course, but I...
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come to an end, dude. Okay. And that's the sad part, because back then we thought loot boxes were the worst thing that could happen to gaming. And it just wasn't the case. Because, I don't know about you, but in Overwatch, for me, it still felt kinda satisfying to, you know, constantly, you know, get to this next level where I could get a loot box and be surprised with maybe something good, maybe something not so good. But yeah, I don't know, I still like the feeling, somehow. And I honestly, back then, I wasn't that bothered, because, again, cosmetics only, and that's not an issue, and nowadays, yeah, well... they made it worse with the heroes. I'm not gonna go too deep into the detail of why Overwatch went downhill. I'm just gonna use it as a... an example to prove my point. And again, that wasn't the worst that happened to gaming loot boxes. No, because for me, in my opinion, it was the battle pass. Because now, what used to be fun actively devolved into work. Because think about it, back then, for instance, I played Siege for a long time as well, right? And back then it was still a season pass, and you bought it once for, I think, 30 bucks, and you got a shitload of new content over the course of the year, new operators, new maps, new skins, whatever. And it was great, right? And I thought it was well worth those 30 euros. But now, you pay 30 euros for a newly established battle pass, which only lasts a few months at best. But the thing is, you don't even get anything for that. No, you pay, and think about it. You pay 30 bucks, right? You pay 30 bucks to get an opportunity to earn yourself those rewards. And how fucked up is that? And I really want you to, if you're listening to this, I really want you to consider this. Maybe I'm gonna do a video dedicated only to this topic sometime soon. But I don't even know if I want to, because I just don't want to promote that shit in any kind of way. I don't want to give it a platform. I'm talking about it now. Oh, that was a mistake, I think. I mean, no, I can go through here. Never mind. I don't know, think about it. Basically, from the start, you're paying for nothing. And the thing is, yes, you're paying for a chance. But again, you don't know what the future holds. What if you pay for a battle pass, and the next day, or maybe the next week, you realize the next few months are going the most chaotic months of your life. These are things you can't control. So what you did is you paid 30 bucks for nothing, because they can't guarantee, and you can't guarantee, that you actually have the time for a few months to actually play this game and get all of the rewards out of it. And even if you do, and that's my biggest problem, even if you do, let's say you're willing to take this risk, right? And you are pretty confident that you indeed do have the time of the coming months to complete this battle pass. And this is a situation that was very true for me. I'm not sure if it's like this for everyone, but for me it was like this, because then I stop playing the game out of fun and because I want to. I start playing the game because I feel obligated to do so. Because if I don't, and if I don't get every little last bit out of that battle pass, I did not get my money's worth. And this is where the game stops being fun again and starts being work. And I'm basically working so I get my money's worth out of that battle pass. And this is... I realized that early, right? And back then I just stopped buying battle passes. I think I only really bought a couple of those in my gaming career. I think like 3. One in Magic, one in Call of Duty, and I think one in Overwatch. One worse than the other, might I add, because I think the best one was actually Magic, to be honest. Yeah, because I got a shitload of cards and I don't know, sleeves and stuff like that, and it actually gave me a bunch of content for the game which I could actually play with, right? It wasn't just cosmetics. No, it gave me cards. It gave me a boost in the overall progress of the game. But still, that should be part of the game, right? At least from my point of view. And yeah, I think second in the line is Call of Duty. And Overwatch again, it's just worse because that's another thing, the value concept of their stupid battle passes, they're just ridiculous. I mean, we don't have to talk about a skin's value, you know. There are skins out there these days that, no joke. I mean, you can have a look at the numbers, and there are hundreds, maybe thousands of skins out there that are worth the same amount of money as entire games. And that's the same issue for every game that has a battle pass. Right? And this is just, you know, at some point this just starts to be a ripoff, a big ripoff, and it's unfair for the consumer. I think it's also unfair for a lot of developers, because a lot of developers, as far as I know, don't want that. They just want to create great games, but they have to do these things, and it's dragging down their games and the ratings and everything because of the greed of the people in charge. And it's just plainly something I don't want to support. Again, I want to have fun when I play games, and I want to experience something that was worth my money. And modern games tend to not do that. Especially multiplayer. Because what you get is basically nothing. You know, back then, for instance, when I played Battlefield, my high time of Battlefield 4, I think, I played, that was still a time where I paid for a DLC, if anything. And I don't know, I think a Battlefield DLC was like $20 or such. And it gave me 4 new maps, and it gave me a bunch of new weapons and shit, and stuff that actually changed the game, right? Not just cosmetics. And I didn't have to work for it. I just bought it, and then I could play, right? Okay, that was stupid of me. And that's also a thing, you know. Again, it's not just... sadly, it's not just multiplayer anymore. It's also single player. And it's so ridiculous because, as you might know, just recently there was a big game drop called Baldur's Gate. And a lot of a lot of publishers were pissed about this game. Because they hated that it did not do these things. It did not give in to microtransactions, into battle passes. It was just like the good old times, one game, one price, and you get everything. And it's brilliant, and everybody loves it, and that's why they are pissed off. And they're telling us that it's not realistic, and that we shouldn't expect such things, which is a big, fat lie. Because if it's there, and it is, in form of Baldur's Gate, it is realistic. Because it's existing. It is real. The game is not a lie, right? And I think this was the final stages of me making the decision of just trying to get back of this... I don't know, just trying to not support it anymore in any way. And the worst part was, like, I loved some of these games. I mean, before Overwatch 2, I loved Overwatch 1. And I loved Call of Duty. It was fun to play, technically, right? But yeah, you know, to get change, sometimes you have to do something for it, right? You can't just sit on your ass and, you know, continue to buy and play their stuff and expect change. That's just not how things work. And yeah, I mean, again, maybe there will be change, and if so, I will be playing those types of games again. But yeah, not at the moment. Not at the moment. And sadly, a lot of games which are just new or modern have this issue. Of course, it's not my only problem with multiplayer per se, because, for instance, I still have some projects, so that's also a big topic I want to talk about. Is that doesn't mean obviously that I'm gonna stop producing content. It may vary, because things like magic won't be possible at the moment. I have a big video idea which concerns Among Us, which obviously technically is PvP, but the nature of this video will be quite different. So it's more like I'm gonna use a game for a different vision. And I think that's also a game that actually these days has microtransactions. But I have a second issue which is rather personal, and that's just like the competitive issue. The competitive issue overall, which I personally have when I play PvP multiplayer. I like to play with friends, you know. But I never was that much of a fan of actively competing, you know, against actual people. And I think that's a big issue, because people are competitive. I don't know why they are, but they are. I am too. I don't know why I am, but I am. Maybe it's just in our nature, in our human nature. But that's actually the biggest part I don't like about PvP. Because, again, I want to play games to have fun. I want to play games to experience new worlds. I don't know, fun concepts. That's what I'm in for. And then the PvP aspect is not really doing it. You know, that's just there. And I rather play with people than against people. Then there are a lot of people these days, you know, lobbies are very toxic, so I soon started to, in a lot of games, just completely mute every form of communication, which again sucks, because obviously you perform better in games like Overwatch if you communicate, right? But it wasn't possible, because everyone is just annoyed at each other.
Still human, are you? Then, as you can...
Do I need a key? Oh, no. Okay. It's always, you know, someone else's fault. It's never the team. It's you in particular. You fucked up. So, for some reason... Yeah, whatever. Come here. Oh. No, stop it.
You despicable.
You despicable.
How could I?
Thank you. I don't know. I think that's also a reason why my original PvP game, which I actually liked to play, was Battlefield, because I think... I mean, yeah, sure, there was toxicity in chat as well, but it didn't matter, because basically just went in, you did your thing, and then you went out again. And Battlefield was always pretty chaotic, right? But in games like Siege, in games like Overwatch, it's not that simple, because you're very conscious of your team. You know exactly who's in your squad, because it's only 5 people, and you notice who messes up and when. And the worst part is, I mean, sure, people do mess up, but the worst part is, for some reason, you feel, or many people, I mean, not just necessarily anyone, but there's this feeling of, oh, they fucked up, and that's why I'm losing. And that's a big... I'm sure everyone experienced this feeling at some point. I mean, sure. Sometimes it's reasonable. Sometimes it's not. Solar! Woo! Wait a minute. Oh no, not again. What's wrong today? The seat never crashed. I hope you can still hear this. But yes, it crashed again. We'll see you in a sec. And here we are. I don't know what's wrong today. Maybe just the randomizer having a hiccup or something. I completely lost my point again, to be honest. Ah well. And yes, if you're asking, of course I'm getting Solaire. That's why we left him alive, you know, he's the sun bro. You gotta fight with the sun bro. That's just what you do. It's nothing to do with a noob. And me not wanting to, you know, actually put some effort into it. Oi! Please no crash, please no crash, please no crash. Recording is running. Paranoia is hitting. Oh no. Oh no, please don't tell me it's who I think it is. I love the randomizer cutscenes because obviously... Oh! Yeah, okay. That's perfectly fine. I have absolutely no issue with that. It was easy. Whoa! But yeah, also absolutely no issue with this one. You know? I mean, yeah, true. I switched her off for this run in particular because I didn't want to be stuck too much. But, you know, there was a time when I had, I think, Calumet, the Black Dragon, and the Centipede Demon in a tag team combo up here, right? And now I get two of the easiest fucking bosses in the game. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. This seat is wild. Yeah. But hey, we finally did it. And we can finally ring the second bell of awakening. And fulfill our destiny. Yes, do it. Embrace your destiny. I don't know what's wrong. These crashes keep kind of dragging me out of the topic, but I hope I established on multiple occasions what my issues with these types of game are, why I don't really want to promote or show them, or even play them, at least for the moment. Because like I said, you know, there's always hope, and I'm a big promoter of hope, you know, it's not a bad thing. Sure, it should always be handled with somewhat of a decent amount of caution, right? Hype, for instance, also a big topic that is connected to these kind of issues. It's also something I'm trying to distance myself from. Topics like hype. I mean, it's difficult, obviously, because if there's something that looks good and that kind of speaks to you, and you're... what else should you think then, oh, I really want to see how this game is and how it works and I hope it's good. But you should always be cautious about these things. Because else they will just disappoint you.
I am Oswald, thou art a friend. Cometh thou to...
Let's see what you have. This looks very good. I will be taking these and... Oh, okay. This one, apparently. No, that's not necessarily what I want. 1,000 is quite expensive, but they're quite good, so it's only one. I'm gonna take it. Don't care about the rest. Cool.
Thou art welcome any time.
That means...
It is only human to commit a sin.
It is only human. Oh, how right you are, my friend. How right you
Thou
are.
leaveth me no choice.
Excuse me? No healing, please.
Fear thine incalculable wrongdoing.
Yep. Very sad. Anyway, that does not mean, you know, being cautious, being careful, and trying not to be disappointed does not mean you can't have hope. And that's why I'm saying I won't be playing games like these for now, anytime soon. Those are the words I'm choosing because, who knows? Maybe there will be a, I don't know, Magic the Gathering Part 2, which is not as much of a cash grab. And it's easier to obtain cards, and maybe the interface is actually worth the money you put into this game. And things like that. Maybe Call of Duty, the next one will be better, because as we know, MW3 was kind of a mess. On release at least, and yeah, that's also a reason why I stopped playing DMZ, because, sorry, but the process of even starting the game just became so incredibly annoying that I was just like, ah, yeah, fuck this shit. And yeah, honestly, if you feel like that, it's probably best that you don't play, right? Which is what I'm doing. But again, that does not mean there won't be any content. Also, does not mean that there won't be any content including friends of mine. And I think this is a good point where I just, where I'm just gonna go to close the negative part about why I'm not doing things and why things are annoying me, and why I have personal issues with it. And I'm gonna say what is going to come. Because I have a... Again, one video in the pipeline which I will be starting to edit soon. But I needed a short break after the MTG video. And I'm also gonna focus, or I already started focusing on the first video for RedRaven Dreams very much. Started writing the script, and I'm starting to get back into my digital artworks, which are mainly the visual support for the actual story, because again, you always have to imagine, as for now, I'm a one-man band, right? And yeah, I can't really produce actual animated films at the moment. I'm also not that big of an animator or anything, so yes, sure, I can edit and write and draw, but you know, I have limits. But I'm gonna try and do my best for these kinds of videos. I'm very excited on the response of the first story I'm gonna release. But yeah, it includes a lot of drawing, because obviously I don't want to. I want to give you a visual experience of the world I'm building, and obviously as well, it shouldn't be just 1 or 2 pictures for the entire story told. It should be kind of supporting the narrative, and this means I have to draw quite a few various pictures, ideally ones that I can slightly edit, so background detached from foreground, so I can, you know, make some transitions and moving images and stuff like that. If you're somewhat in the matter of editing, you can, you know, think about one line of process. But yeah, that's something I'm putting a lot of focus on, and because I kind of overestimated myself, that's also why, for instance, last week I did not upload a Randomized Insights video. Yeah, because I just can't do so many times. Oh Jesus, my brain is going downhill. Good that the video is over soon, but I just can't do so many things at once, and that's why I'm going to try and reduce the pace of upload a little bit, and hopefully increase the quality of the big ones in exchange. Yeah. But I think I think it's already clear that on my channels, whether it's RedRaven Dreams or Corvo, so my personal one, the upload rate isn't gonna be as frequent as you may know it from other channels, especially channels that focus on gaming, which my main channel, or my Corvo channel, which is the personal one, is obviously about. But I'm also going for a different style of video, if I'm honest. And the next one I'm working on for Corvo is also gonna go into a different niche than, for instance, the MTG videos. It's gonna be more of a narrative video, using gameplay, using a game. That's all I'm gonna say for now, because I obviously don't want to spoil it. Maybe there's gonna be some, you know, heads up insight on Patreon, but that's, you know, information that you will be obtaining if you really want to. So that's what, you know, Patreon is for, isn't it? But yeah, yeah. Otherwise, I hope the crash just took me out a little, so I don't know exactly how the time schedule is going at the moment, but we should be at the end of this episode. And I think we achieved a lot. We explored an entire new area, got rid of a lot of things there, and we took care of the gargoyles, which weren't as hard as I thought they would be. And we have a +10 weapon. So, I think this was a very successful episode. And yeah, next one will be in 2 weeks instead of 1 week. And soon, I think I made my mind up about a best-of. I'm gonna do try and make a best-of every 10 episodes, so best of 10 basically, which is more on the gameplay, on the funny parts, than the information. For those people who aren't that interested into actual insights, rather than just entertainment, which is perfectly fine. In any case, I hope you feel informed, I hope you feel entertained, and thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye! If you enjoyed watching that video, I would highly appreciate it if you let me know via like, dislike, or the comments. Also, if you want to support the channel or watch it grow, I recommend checking out my Patreon. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.